someone who has nothing to steal. That's real.
Hey, what is up guys? Another week. So we're going to be doing another Build A Champ workshop, and today we will be talking about Tyr. Now Tyr's kit is fucking awesome. I love it. Super fun. Yes, it's all about positioning, but I think it's super easy to use, and obviously positioning just comes with experience and practice. Perfect practice makes perfect. Remember that. So sorry, obviously, if you're a current watcher, you watch a lot of our videos, that this wasn't out yesterday. We had a lot of stuff going on the channel, and a lot of stuff personalized, you know, a bunch of stuff going on. I really want to apologize for that. If you're new to the channel, this show you can actually catch every Monday. So that out of the way. Solo Tyr is what we will be looking at today. I will be giving you just a solo build, so that's a disclaimer. And for two, I will be giving maybe items and maybe ideas for other builds, for other maybe joust, arena, whatever you want to do. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's go over here and level to 5 so I can show the abilities after we go over them. Okay, now that's out of the way. Alright, so let's go with the passive, Unyielding. Taunts, stuns, fears, intoxicate, and mesmerize can only affect Tyr for, cannot affect Tyr for longer than 1 second, which is super great. You definitely don't need any CC reduction because you don't really have to deal with it. It's 1 second regardless of what character it is. They can have a 25-second freeze, like a Ymir could have a 25-second stun. It's only going to affect you for 1 second at the most. Okay, so let's go with his 1. He has 2, by the way, of both his 1 and his 2. So we'll get into that. His 1 is on his assault side is fearless, and it's a dash, and fear charges forward, immune to knockup, damaging enemies. In assault stance, he pushes all of his enemies up along with him, hitting up to 2 times and knocking them up in the air. In guard stance, Tyr hits each enemy only once, passing through them. His 2 is called Power Cleave. In assault stance, enemies that are knocked up in the air are knocked away. In guard stance, Tyr heals twice for the first enemy hit and once for each additional enemy, max 3. And the actual ability description is Tyr makes a massive melee attack, hitting all enemies in a 180-degree cone. Now, his 3 is actually called Change Stance, and this is where he actually switches between the 2 stances that are available to him, and that's Assault Stance and Guard Stance. So, in Assault Stance, after switching, you gain physical power, and in Guard Stance, you gain protections. His ultimate is called Lawbringer. Okay, Tyr leaps through the air, bringing indiscriminate justice upon all enemies in the target area and slowing them. So the slow is a 25% slow, and the damage actually has some pretty decent scaling. I know I can nuke squishies pretty easily in game with it, and the damage is 150 scales. I can't remember what the exact scaling of it is, but the damage is 150 to 450 at the end. So let's go into how it looks. Okay, so obviously you have the change stance, and then we'll go through his guard stance first, which is his blue, and that's actually how, if you're new, you can look at his character. The sword edge goes blue whenever he's in guard stance, and orange, blood reddish whenever he's in his assault stance. So this is his 1 in guard stance, and this goes through enemies, as it said. And then his 2, his 2 is, this is the cone, and this is what you use to heal. Okay, and this also does damage, obviously. So let's go to assault stance. This does not go through enemies, it pushes enemies along. And then it looks exactly the same on his 2, except a different color, damaging. And then his ultimate. Now his ultimate can be, like I said earlier, he's all about positioning, can be used to position yourself and deal a great amount of damage. So let's go ahead and level to 20 so we can go into a full build just to show you guys what it looks like. And then we're going to go into strats, positioning, what you need. Obviously, if you're looking at this guide, if you don't know how to solo or do conquest, period, just leave a comment if people want to start seeing those kind of guides. Well, I mean, we can do them on the channel. It's not a big deal. It doesn't take very long. Okay, so this is the build I have for him. So his start, I usually go with bluestone. I'll get my first tier of boots. I actually don't use the multi potion anymore. I used to. But then we'll get, I'd say, 2, 3 potions of the health, and then 4 to 5 of the mana. Okay, and then after you, this is your start. This is going to be something that I will tell you that other people will definitely disagree with me, and then other people will say, yes, it's totally right. Your relic. So your first relic, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not buy a first relic going to lane. And that might sound extremely strange, but for tier, you can get other relics that are actually quite a bit better. And if you win your first engage and you see the relic of your enemy and he has teleport, get teleport, right? But if he doesn't, if he has like med or something, get blink. Blink is actually going to help you, and if you're actually able to win your first engage and he doesn't have teleport, you can actually back and not have to buy teleport. Now, if he does have teleport and he kills you, you can just buy teleport and then just teleport anyways. It's actually super simple, and it obviously is going to help you in the long run if you're going to have trouble. But if he doesn't have teleport, obviously, you can buy blink, you can buy slow, you can buy med, and now you're totally fine. So that's my start, and then obviously you'll be getting your
A weapon of justice.
getting your items. This is just how I build them, to be honest. So we'll go right here. So this is usually the build that I have. You can sell bluestone at any time. After that, I seriously just get wing blade, and that sounds like someone might disagree with that, but just the two pins. Got the cooldown from Jotuns. Got 2 protection, wing blade for the health, the cooldown or the crowd control reduction, the attack speed really isn't a big deal, but the 10% movement speed is freaking awesome. And then when hit by a slow, you're immune to slows and your movement speed is increased. That's just basically for the movement speed. And it only occurs once every 30 seconds. But just at the end, it's just going to give you 300 more health, crowd control reduction, which he already has anyways, but it's just the movement speed. I usually get it for in the health. So let's go into, let's say, blink. Let's say your counterpart that you're fighting against got, like, I don't know, med. So these are the items that I'll be getting for him. So let's go into some usage. So right here you see got the 349, whatever else. Okay, so how he works is you can actually, like, let's say blink behind, right? Come in with this. So that's his 1 and his 2. And then you can immediately switch. Get your health back if you want to and dash through. Let's go over to this raw. I'm gonna actually let him damage me. I'm gonna come in with an ultimate. Just let him hit me a little bit. Got my health back. Death. I mean, it's just that simple. Then, I mean, with the, you have enough cooldown between Breastplate of Valor and your Jotun's Wrath. You basically just switch and switch and switch and switch. I mean, let's go back into it. Out. I mean, it's not even a contested feeling. Good thing about Tyr though is just his ridiculous sustain. If you just have mana potions or whatever else, his team fight capabilities are off the chain. Usually you'll see me go fight like Gold Fury and Titan, or Fire Giant, but I'm not gonna be able to fight Fire Giant obviously with a Bruiser, and he's a solo build. Obviously, since you're going to be in solo lane, you need to be taking your mana. That's a very important thing because this build relies on you actually getting your mana buff, and if you don't, you better be getting potions or you're going to be regretting it. Okay, so again, I'll actually add a clip at the end of this this video just showing you just how well endowed his kit is for positioning. So again, let's go and say to the side over here, and we'll see the damage that we do.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect.
So that's the simple build. Very easy to follow. Obviously, you can see the kind of the stuff that he uses. He's got the attack speed actually with the wing blade. It kind of helps him out a little bit. You got the movement speed. Obviously, he's got dashes. You can catch up to people. And his ultimate has a delicious cooldown. So, gods to fight. Obviously, squishies are taking them out of the team fights. Pushing people against walls are actually a really good idea. So, like, let's say you're in a team fight in a tight space. Push them against a wall. Push enemies against the wall. Do your combo. If you have team fight, you know, if you're gonna have team with you, it's gonna be a done deal. His clear is pretty easy to fight with, so let's see if we can get it wave real quick before we talk about the gods and goddesses you should fight or stay away from. So his clear. Obviously, I'm at level 20. It's not gonna make too much of a big deal. Any god can clear there, but his clear is actually pretty easy. Like I said earlier, I'll start with his 1, and then I'll put a point right after his 1 into his 2, then I'll put a point to his 3, and then I'll go back to his 1, and then I'll go to his 3, and then his ultimate, and then his A. Try to prioritize your B for your power and your protections that you get from switching stances, and then his 1 and his 2 are his damage. His ultimate is just ridiculous. Okay, so gods to kill. Squishies, obviously, putting squishies into the wall and fucking them up is going to be your big kicker right there. You're going to be fighting squishies. You can push tanks around, but you're not going to be doing that much damage with this build. You just got 2 pin items, and you got the attack speed from wing blade. It's not going to help you too much. Gods to stay away from, though, there are some squishies to stay away from, like people that can just fuck your kid up. To be honest, yeah, you can only be slowed, mez, stunned, whatever for 1 second, but 1 second is a very long time in Smite. It seems like an eternity whenever you get stunned in the middle of a crowd that you're trying to jump into. So Agni, Anubis can burn through you. Anhur can just take you out of your dash because he has his stupid ass javelin thing. Those are guys to kind of just watch out for. Make sure if you're going in for a team fight on a low, to immediately, if you can secure the kill, to turn around and get rid of the person that's going to fuck you up. Switch stances and get out. And by that I mean, let's say you're going to fight somebody and they're at low health, and you know you can kill them with your ultimate. Already be turning to the person that you're going to fuck up. Like, let's say there's an Anubis that you think might wrap you immediately, and you might just want to fucking get that stun off, or that dash off, and then get your damage out and be gone. And I will tell you here, let's go get fucked up real quick by something. His heal is not something to joke about. It actually does quite a bit of damage. Shit. Nobody's gonna fight me. Here, let's just go fight the fire giant real quick. Bum, 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 bum. Here, hurt. Alright. Now, usually you're gonna try to take a wave. But you understand what I'm talking about. Because the minion wave is going to actually give you a lot more than this objective is going to. This guy could kill fire giant. Well then, I guess we can kill Fire Giant after all. Anyways, that was the guide, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe. If you are new to the channel, just, you know, hit that like and subscribe button. Show support if you guys have any preferences on something that's been hard, you want to see. Thoth is actually coming out. When this video comes out, it'll actually be today that he came out on Xbox. If you guys want to see guides on him, just put them in the comment section and I'll get right to them. Until then, I will see you on the next Build a Champ workshop. I'm Brenton Petrie from 3-Bit Gaming. Peace out, guys.
And his name is John C.